There are 150 boys conceived to 100 girls. The boy conceptions are not as strong as the girl conceptions, and only the strongest boys, the healthiest boys, grow in the uterus to maturity, and the others are thrown out. So that when we count the actual births, only 103 boys are born to 100 girls. It's interesting to know that most miscarriages occur with boy conceptions. Since there are millions of sperm ejaculated during intercourse, and there are thousands of eggs available, nights with only one egg is capable of producing one of 250,000 different individuals, so that no two people are alike. Unless, of course, they're identical twins, and then you know they come from just one egg and one sperm. This type of twin is accidental, not inherited. The fraternal twins, the ones that are different because they come from two separate eggs and have been fertilized by two separate individual sperms, this type of twin is inherited and usually occurs in the second generation, not directly in the first generation. In order to have intercourse, a man has to have an erection. However, an erection can be caused by other factors than sexual excitement. A full bladder early in the morning can cause an erection, and this is normal. Sudden fright, tight undergarments, prolonged bicycle or horseback riding can cause an erection. Some of these normal, unexpected erections can be very embarrassing. Please just remember they're normal and don't let them upset you. Masturbation is a normal sex outlet, but should not be indulged in to excess. The sex drive can be sublimated into constructive athletic activities, and so there need not be any worries about the sexual need or drives. The part of the male reproductive system that is inside the body consists of the seminal vesicles and tubes leading to the prostate gland. When the sperm are produced by the testicles, they're pushed up through the tubes into the seminal vesicles or seed sacs. These seminal vesicles are 2 in number and are located on either side of the bladder. The sperm are stored in the seminal vesicles where they're nourished and they grow. And when there are too many sperm cells accumulated in the seminal vesicles, they're thrown out. This usually occurs during sleep, and this is called a wet dream, or you can sometimes call it a nocturnal emission. The sperm leave the seminal vesicles and enter the prostate gland, which is located at the neck of the bladder. The prostate gland is a muscular gland and contracts and pushes the sperm together with the seminal fluid and prostatic fluid out through the urethral canal of the penis. This is called an ejaculation. And because of the muscular contraction of the prostate gland, the ejaculate occurs in spasmodic spurts. The ejaculate is sterile and consists of about 1 teaspoon of fluid and contains 200 to 500 million sperm. Female sex anatomy is mainly inside the body and consists of the ovaries, tubes, and uterus. The ovaries are small glands about the size of a pigeon's egg. The tubes are on either side of the uterus and are connected with the uterus. They are about the size of an ordinary lead pencil in thickness, and they have fringe-like ends that caress the ovary and create a current to direct the egg into the tube so as to ensure its fertilization. The uterus measures about 3 inches in length and 1 inch in thickness. Each individual cell of the uterus can stretch 600 times its normal self, so that when the baby is in the uterus 9 months, the uterus measures 12 inches in length. The baby is very well protected inside the mother, and no marks can ever be placed on it because something is thrown towards the mother or hits the mother's abdomen. On the outside, there are the large lips of the vagina, and also the smaller lips. Where the two smaller lips meet, right up on top, is a tiny little spot that we call the clitoris. It's really a rudimentary penis in the girl. Just as boys have rudimentary breasts, so the girl has a rudimentary penis, and we call that the clitoris. The clitoris has a foreskin, but has no opening for the urine to come through. In the girl, there's a separate opening below the clitoris for the urine to be excreted. That's called the urethral opening. Below this opening is the entrance to the vaginal canal. This canal dips back into the body for about 3 to 3.5 inches in length and is very easily distended to accommodate any size penis during intercourse and can easily permit the baby to pass through at the time of the birth of the baby. There may be a thin membrane across the entrance to the vagina, which we call a hymen. The hymen may be broken in exercise or may be absent altogether. The presence or the absence of the hymen does not indicate virginity. There are small openings in the hymen which allow the menstrual blood to come through. As the bodies, both male and female, mature, they are really being prepared for reproduction, which is brought about through intercourse or coitus or mating. Intercourse or mating usually occurs after petting and necking have stimulated the body to a desire for this intimate relationship. Men do indulge in intercourse as a physical release and do not necessarily feel any affection for the person they have this intimate sexual play with. We feel that no harm comes to any boy or girl who abstains from intercourse. A great deal of emotional damage can be caused to girls as well as to boys when they enter into this type of close, intimate sexual relations. Girls react quite differently to intercourse. Girls usually consider this a great love act and become very possessive of the person they have intercourse with. It's the girl in our culture that is criticized. She is the one that has to carry the unwanted pregnancy. And frequently, the person she has had this intimate sexual relations with her will not want to marry her. And even if he does marry her, I don't know whether that's really right. And frequently, he resents the child, resents her, and refuses to trust her after marriage. In every respect, she is the loser. In marriage, intercourse could be developed into the most intimate expression of affection that two people have for each other. Establishing a healthy, good sexual response in marriage is one of the basic factors in a happy, well-integrated marriage where two people can show each other respect, consideration, and sincere, deep affection. Because the reproductive organs of the male are on the outside of the body, they're very easily stimulated when girls act in a suggestive manner or dress in tight, revealing clothing. Girls don't seem to understand this fact and are surprised when boys become easily stimulated. On the other hand, boys do not realize that girls associate sexual experience with love, and the girl becomes very possessive of the boy. To the boy, it's purely a release of sexual tension and only a physical experience. To the girl, it's romantic love. This creates many unhappy situations for both boys and girls. The girls feel rejected, disillusioned, and definitely heartbroken. It can cause many heartaches for the boys. Sometimes a boy thinks he has to marry the girl he's had sexual relations with. He feels trapped. He can't continue with his schooling. He feels almost lost and then invariably resents the girl and feels very, very miserable about himself. Sometimes boys and girls worry about their physical development. Boys worry about the size of the penis. Let me assure you that the size of the penis has nothing to do with the sexual ability or the true maleness of the individual. Girls worry about the size of the breasts. And here, too, let me assure you that the size of the breast has nothing to do with the femaleness or the true attractiveness of the girl. Many girls worry about childbirth. Please do not let these worries engulf you. Proper knowledge about yourself and the opposite sex will show you that these worries are groundless. Most people are gravely concerned about premarital sexual relations. When young people enter into extensive necking and petting, they find it difficult to stop short of intercourse. The boy may enter into this activity to prove his maleness. The girl may feel that it is important to her to please the boy. We feed into this premarital sexual relations. No sex experience with any other person in any way prepares you for a good sexual adjustment in marriage with the person that you love and that you feel you want to spend the rest of your life with. Even with the best contraceptive, the danger of an unwanted pregnancy always exists, for there is no contraceptive that is 100% secure all the time. Sometimes when a pregnancy takes place, the couple get married, doing so-called right by each other. This is not right. The boy usually feels trapped. The boy and girl resent the child, and the marriage starts off with several counts against everyone concerned. Some people feel that premarital sexual relations are necessary to find if the male and female sex organs fit each other. Believe me, this is not necessary. It's rarely the case when a penis will not fit a vagina. Some people are arrested in their emotional development and are only interested in the people of the same sex. As you remember, I discussed that phase in which every boy and girl goes through just before puberty. This is called the gang phase or the homosexual phase. Now, this phase is a normal phase of emotional development, but those adults who are blocked in this phase from developing normally are called homosexuals. It's important for all adolescent boys and girls to know that these people do exist and that they may approach a boy or girl for such sexual activity by starting with an ordinary friendly discussion. These people can be easily turned aside by indicating that you're not interested in such sexual activity. These are unfortunate people who could respond to fair treatment and some psychiatric help. So please treat them kindly but firmly. Treat them with respect. Marriage is for adults, and young people have to grow up emotionally before they think of marriage. A date with some one person should not be evaluated only on the romantic illusion the movies and the novels and the songs portray. Get to know each other in a realistic atmosphere. Date several individuals and not just one person. Do not permit yourself to be involved in too frequent necking and petting, as sometimes this causes a false notion about the person you are with, and you may think this is love. Plan your dates. Picnicking, tennis, dancing, bowling, sailing, and always try to go out in groups rather than just the two of you alone. If you think seriously of your date, then try to see each other in unromantic situations, such as possibly cooking a meal together or cleaning up afterwards, or actually taking care of the house for one full day. Try to prepare yourself for marriage, and try to pick a good partner for yourself. You have to grow emotionally so that you can pick a partner who also has or is capable of growing up emotionally. Be aware that economics plays a great part in preparing for marriage. Be able to have some definite means of earning enough money to be able to maintain yourself. We feel that a wife should also be capable of earning some money, that her money should be saved in a joint account, and that you should budget yourself and try to live on the husband's income so that when a wife stops working and is ready to have a child, there isn't that radical change in the standard of living that has been established on the two salaries. The respective in-law families should be accepted with respect and consideration. But do not expect to start your marriage on the same standard of living economically as your respective parents. Sex should be accepted as a wholesome part of life, and not as something dirty or embarrassing or a spicy topic for discussion. Remember, in dating, look for an individual who has similar interests to yours, one who is close in age level to you, one who comes from the same cultural and religious background, and one who has a similar education to yours, or will attain it very soon. Look for qualities in the individual which you can admire, such as basic sense of responsibility, promptness, and sincerity. Just remember that the initial attraction is a sexual attraction, and you can be sexually attracted to any one of 100 different people. You call this sexual attraction love. You should not and could not marry everyone you are sexually attracted to. People will say, we're in love, and that's all that matters. It's not all that matters. The true love has to be developed in a marriage relationship. Too many marriages end in divorce in the first 5 years of married life. We want you to grow up emotionally. We want you to be able to become a good marriage partner. We want you to be able to choose a proper partner in marriage. Happy marriages are very important for a healthy society. In our culture, young people can choose their own mates. Courtship and engagement gives young people an opportunity to get to know each other well, so that they're better able to secure a better partner in marriage. I and your parents are interested in your welfare. You are a very precious, important human being. You now should be aware that nature is mainly interested in creating the body for procreation. That means to increase the species. We are interested in you and your happiness. Therefore, this record tries to give you knowledge so that you can better be aware of how to develop a definite opportunity to choose a proper partner in marriage.